Hi there, this is Teresa Eicher with Counseling and Wellness Services of Archbold. We are in partnership with Jill Holgrave Wellness Consulting, and I'm just excited to be here with you to talk with you about your September challenge. So, as I'm sure you know, your September challenge is getting 64 ounces or 8 cups of water in each day, which could be a tall task for many of us. And so I just thought it might be helpful to send some helpful tips your way to help you navigate this month and work on conquering that challenge. All right, let's hop into the steps as we take on this challenge of 64 ounces of water each day. So sometimes as we take on these steps, we look at it and we think, oh, this is such a tall task. I'm really not sure that I can navigate this. And we kind of set ourselves up right from the start to say, I'm not capable. So the first thing that we need to do is define ourselves as capable. You are capable of doing this. Sometimes what we do is we look at the long-term picture, and that picture feels so big. So when we look at 30 days feels like a long time. And I'm just going to encourage you that as we navigate this, that we don't look at the long picture, that right now we just need to be short-sighted, and we just need to focus on the here and the now. And today, I believe that I can conquer the challenge of getting 64 ounces of water in today. We'll deal with tomorrow. And what we do oftentimes is by taking that day-to-day approach, that one day at a time approach, we are able to conquer that day. And then the next day comes and we can conquer that day. And again, the next day comes and we can conquer that day. And before you know it, we have pieced together 30 days. So let's just make a commitment here to, one, believe that we can achieve it. And so I can conquer this challenge. And then two, make a commitment to look at it day by day by day. I know in my own life, I've developed a gluten sensitivity, and it was pretty daunting in the beginning when I thought about living a life completely gluten-free. And one of the major things that I had to do along the way was just take that one day at a time mentality. And each day I woke up and I said to myself, today I can be gluten-free. And as as I would encounter gluten throughout my day, I would remind myself, today I can be gluten-free. So I think another thing that we have to do is be prepared. And so many times when we encounter challenges like this, if we think that we're just going to fall into drinking 64 ounces of water, we're probably wrong. We have to find ways to set ourselves up for success along the way. And so let's make sure that you are intentional about putting water around you. And so think about your day and think about the places that you'll be throughout your day. And let's make sure that we have access to water. And so maybe that's, a water cooler that we have at work. Maybe that's packing water bottles with us as we go to work. Maybe that's thinking about, do my kids have games tonight? Do we have activities? And making sure that we have water available to us there. I know it seems pretty simple to have water available to us, but sometimes we're rushing, we're not planful, and before we know it, it's just not available, and therefore we can't be active in that challenge during that time. So as you get up, as you start thinking about your day, think about, okay, how am I going to have water accessible to me today? Do I need to pack a few water bottles with me? Do I need to fill up my cup and make sure that, I've got it available? Think through that though. How is it that is going to be available to you? And be intentional in that. And finally, schedule it. What I find is that the most important things in my day are in my schedule. And so if I'm thinking about, okay, how is this going to be in my day, then I'm really serious about it. And my intention is to do it. And so, think about what is a good pace of drinking 64 ounces, 8 cups of water today? How is it that we're going to incorporate that into your day? Are we going to be drinking anything else if we've got 8 cups of water to be drinking? And really be intentional. One of the things that I do every single day is the first thing that I do when I wake up is I drink a bottle of water. And that kind of starts off as my foundation. And then, as my day goes along, by lunchtime, I try to make sure that I have 2 to 3 bottles of water drank. And so I know I'm just on my way with the water intake. So I'm just going to encourage you to really be intentional. As you plan your day, set some benchmarks and some goals for how much water do you want to have drank by breakfast? How much water do you want to have drank by lunch? How much water do you want to have drank by 3 o'clock in the afternoon? How much water do you want to have drank by the end of dinner? And be intentional. And finally, I just might encourage you to ask a buddy to join you in this. It's always a little bit easier when we have someone where we can kind of cheerlead each other along and encourage one another in our goal. The truth is as we make lifestyle changes, we really do need encouragement along the way. The other piece is that it can sometimes be an accountability person. And so if we're not doing well in the challenge and we are really struggling, it can just kind of be that person that we can turn over and say, hey, this is hard. What's working for you? Maybe that will work for me. And, just find some accountability and encouragement in it. So I wish you well for this September, and I hope that each and every one of you are successful in this 64 ounces of water challenge. Have a great day.